Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading Satellite Office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Tuesday, November the 27th, 2012, and here is today's After the Bell Market Summary. Want to first start by taking a look to see how the indices closed today here. The Dow Jones closed down 89.24 points. The Nasdaq closed down 8.99, and the S&P 500 closed down 7.35. Weakest index across the board out of these three was the Dow Jones, down 0.69%. Taking a look at their breadth, we had 3,568 issues declining, and we had 2,602 issues advancing on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and Amex. And in general, today was some decent action intraday. There's a lot of trades to be had on the long side and the short side. And this action that we're getting right now is pretty good. It's pretty readable, and trading around key levels that we have has been working out pretty well. So I want to start the video off by taking a look at the SPY daily chart. You can see the SPY daily chart is kind of doing exactly what we was expecting it to do, to come up here and chop around a little bit early this week here, as we had this nice little strong up move from these lows all the way to these highs right here, and we're kind of back inside the little main channel that we've been highlighting in the video here, and now we just expect some sideways consolidation, maybe a little pullback to kind of fill this little gap that we had from last Friday's gap up. That could take the SPY back down to 139.52. At the same time, remember that we had this key trend line that we're still using at an inflection point as a key trend line to watch, because it's still in play. So that could take us down a little bit below 139.52, around the 139.35 area, or so 139.30.25 or somewhere around there. To the top side, if we could break out over 141.42, call it 141.50. We had this little gap right here above us around the 141.65 and the 142.27 range. Little gap fill right there. A little gap that needs to be filled right there. Take a look at the triple Qs here. Triple Qs right at this resistance level that we've been mentioning here, around the 65 area, 65.36. It's coming right into its declining, or it's flattening 200-day moving average and 50-day exponential moving average right here. We continue to consolidate right below the 65.56 level. We kind of hold this little high base. We could be expecting to push up. However, if we reverse below today's lows and we start selling here, then this is going to be like a little lower high in place that people are looking to short, like they've been doing right here, shorting the rally, shorting the rally, shorting the rally. Now we're coming back to this little key area that we were holding as support. Now it's resistance. Are they going to short it right here? And it's going to be another little snapback rally that gets shorted right back down. So a lot of clues that we have to look for in this coming weeks. That's why we're not really pushing the pedal to the metal right now. But there are a lot of trades out there that we're capitalizing on, from Deckers today to my partner Neil calling out EQR in the trading room, to Facebook being in play yesterday and today, to what is another stock that we called out today, LVS over 46 today. There's just a lot of stuff to do out there if you're reading the market right and you're seeing things clearly. So anyway, let's take a look at the IWM. MNST today too. That thing was wild. I mean, that thing shot up off my alert, and I didn't even focus on it because I don't really trade that many news intraday trades, just for the fact that it could get pretty crazy. Stock pop up on the news and it reverses right back down. And you get a nice entry on it that you think is a good entry, then some institution or some fund just comes and dumps its shares on it and knocks it right back down. So I tend to stay away from those, and sometimes they break out like MNST did today, and that's why sometimes it's always just important to follow right back up with it. In any case, the IWM getting rejected at this 81 level here. After getting a nice little snapback rally, we could expect some selling pressure back here. Why? It's at the key kind of double resistance area from this little declining trend line that we have from this little channel, from this little price support that's now going to act as resistance on this side, along with the moving averages. So expecting some pullback action, the IWM. However, if we break back above 81 and hold above it, and we take out today's highs around 81.26, we could get some nice traction here. If we take out today's lows, since we did close on the lows today, as the IWM gave everything back, if we break below 80.57 or 80.46 here, this moving average, and we hold below that level, we can get a move back down towards 80, and we even have the gap fill from Thursday around 79.63 on the IWM. All right, let's take a look at the dollar index. The dollar index had a little bounce today. Remember we talked about here how the dollar index is going to. Remember in the weekend video we talked about expecting the dollar index to chop around this level real quick a little bit while the market trades sideways to lower. As this pattern that we had from the upward channel, wasn't played for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going on 6 weeks. So I don't expect, I don't expect that the this little bounce be held liable for. Okay, that we're going to get move right back higher because of the fact that just for the simple fact that this whole pattern, this little downward channel, upward channel break took 6 weeks to develop. So right now, this is like the little sell off, little bounce back off this key area. Maybe we push up a little bit in the dollar, and then if the dollar puts that lower high in, that's going to be the next clue that we have to watch along with the euro and along with a couple of different clues that we're going to be looking for in the market. So the dollar chopping around right here could cause the market to sell off a little bit or trade sideways to lower if we get some more bounce action off this key level. That's still important because remember this was a range, so now it's acting as you know, so broke out and now it's trying to act back as support. But again, if we hold below this 80.25 and we start drifting, we're going to be expecting the dollar to sell off to the 79 level here, and we're going to be expecting the bid to come back into these commodity stocks, into the market, and yada yada. All right. So let's take a look at a couple stocks here that we're going to be watching for tomorrow. Decker still looks pretty good. Let me bring up my little power hitter sheet. This is one of the services that we have here. Power hitter sheet, good stuff. You can see here we're watching FSLR today. Got some little notes holding above 25.50. Look for continuation move. This is like the little thing that I share with the members in our room. If you want a free trial to our room, you can go to wallstreettrading.com and fill out the form on the right hand side, and you'll get an email sent to you with the credentials. If not, you could contact me back at ccooper@wallstreettrading.com, and I could give you the information to log in. So FSLR was on our radar to the long side. GMCR, DEC, CRE. CRE worked out pretty well. DEC worked out pretty well. We actually caught CRE on the pullback on the 50-minute chart. Pretty nice in the chat room around the lunchtime. FSLR, nice breakout. Caught that. GMCR, that really didn't trade that today. Traded a little bit, but really didn't do anything. These are some stocks I'm watching for tomorrow. FF5E, BTU, HUM, and look at Baidu. All right, so let's take a look at these here real quick since I'm kind of speeding through this video, so I don't make it too long. Deckers, first of all, Deckers still looks good to the long side. Breaking over 37 should propel this one higher. Had some nice actions today. Was showing relative strength to the market today. All right. STX, we're watching this one for the short side tomorrow. You can see it was in this little channel, broke out back in the channel. I think it had some news out today. Either way, this stock holding below 26 and get some nice selling pressure. Keep an eye on STX to the downside. FF5V, this one rallied all the way up, made a little reversal against this moving average right here. I'm thinking it could maybe get some selling pressure back down. If you take a look at the 60-minute chart, you can see how this stock rallied up today and got rejected right at that 93 level there. And it could definitely come back somewhere down in this little area right here if it breaks below this 91.50 level. So I'm watching FF5V if it breaks below 91.50 and holds. That's just one trade. I want to have some shorts on my radar just in case we sell off. You definitely want to make sure we have some shorts on the radar. BTU's looking weak. Coal stocks are just going down the toilet, but BTU looks like it could be moving its way down for another move back down towards 22. So keep an eye on BTU. We're watching that one. What else do you have here to the short side? I'm going over here. CLF, X, Citigroup, JCPenney, which is already down there. JOY, CMG. This is one that we're definitely going to be watching tomorrow. A little higher price stock, but at the same time, you can find some good entry, some nice risk-reward entries on the intraday time frame. CMG, another stock that we talked about, coming to this resistance area from right here, and it got rejected. It was a perfect sell on Friday or Monday. Now it's looking to go back down towards these lows around the 253 level. So it has about another $8 in it or so. So you definitely want to keep an eye on CMG. If you take a look at the 60-minute chart today, you can see this next support level really isn't until like around 253. But, really wouldn't want to short it right on the open. Maybe see if it rallies up a little bit and then try to get shorted. But either way, that's one stock that looks pretty weak. And aside from that, guys, FSLR, well, let me finish up here. FSLR, nice move at this little triangle pattern, nice volume. We've been watching this stock, and today was an actual trade on it. Obviously, you could have bought it back down here or right here, but we like to look for that momentum move, and that momentum move came in today. Traded that one pretty well. Call that one out 2 times to the long side, and then when it faded all the way back down, look what this stock did on the 50-minute chart. This stock actually faded all the way back down, and just to give you a heads up what took place intraday while we got that selling pressure, I was explaining to the guys in the chat room. Intraday, we had this nice little move off the lows in the chat room, which I talked about in the midday market update, which you could catch our midday market update on our YouTube channel, My Wall Street TV. Call this area for a bounce scalp right here. That worked out pretty well as that was a key level to watch. Then we rallied all the way back up to the top of the range, that key 1407 level we gave out this morning. Then what happened right here? We had a nice little downward channel, bull flag forming off this nice little up move that we had here, shaping up, right? But then one of the guys from Congress came on TV and started talking about the fiscal cliff. So what happens? Everybody stepped to the long side on this pattern right here, and they get their stops hit. So everybody has their stop below that low. They get hit out. We sell off. We get a bounce back at the bottom of the range. We bounce back up. This level holds as resistance now, and now we sold right back down. So this was basically a failed bull flag from this up move, downward bull flag action right here, and that should have broke out for the ABC move, and it actually, that guy on TV came out from the Fed fiscal cliff, yada yada, and they sold it down, rallied back up, couldn't get back above the level, sold. So this is basically a failed pattern. When you have a failed pattern, it usually leads to a fast move in the opposite direction, and there you go. Today, a prime example of what took place. If you guys want to get a little explanation of that action right there. I mean, obviously the catalyst to that was a guy on TV talking about the fiscal cliff. At the same time, the pattern, analyzing that and knowing that the pattern, how the pattern was set up, and how the majority of the people were probably positioned going into the 2 o'clock time frame. That's what caused that nice little sell-off there. So that's about it, guys. I'm going to end the video with that, the little educational free piece there. Joking around, but a little education right there for you guys. Hope you guys had a great trading day today. It was an awesome trading day in the trading room. Did pretty well. Again, if you want to check out the trading room, go to wallstreettrading.com. Fill out the form on the right-hand side, and you'll get the information emailed to you for the access to the chat room. Have a great night, guys. Catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:15. Cheers.